Cimoooooooo! Welcome to Tech Tuesday, a weekly series where we discuss some awesome tech cards as well as help make you a better player. This week's card is number 80, Rhapsody in Berserk, a new Xyz monster out of Primal Origins that might just become your new extra deck staple. Rhapsody in Berserk is a generic rank 4 Xyz monster, meaning you can use any 2 level 4 monsters to create him. He has 0 attack and 1200 defense, but that's pretty irrelevant because his 2 effects are what matter the most. His first effect allows you to attach him to another Xyz monster you control, and it gains 1200 attack points. And then the second effect allows you to detach an Xyz material from him to banish any monster in your opponent's graveyard. And you can use that effect up to twice per turn, meaning you can detach both of his Xyz materials to banish 2 monsters in your opponent's graveyard. Now, why is this card a good tech card? Well, let's start with the second effect, because that's the most important part of this card. The reason Rhapsody in Berserk is so good is because for rank 4 base decks, you now have access to a DD Crow to use at all times. You don't need to wait till game 2 to side one in. Now, it's not as good as DD Crow because you can't use it on your opponent's turn. It has to be on your turn. But let's discuss some of the amazing ways that you can use this card to your advantage. Hand Artifact Trap Tricks or Hat is one of the best decks of the format right now. And one of the best things you can do with this card is use his effect to banish cards like Trap Tricks Mermelio or Artifact MORALLTACH. Because when these cards are special summoned, that's when they're going to be popping cards on your field. So if you get to banish them, they're not going to have the ability to bring them back. And then it also makes cards like Trap Tricks Dianea dead cards. Rhapsody in Berserk is also really good against Infernities, because you can banish their Archfiends so that their Necromancers don't have any targets. Or you can use it to banish their Street Patrol so that they can't special summon their Archfiends from their hand. You can also use Rhapsody in Berserk against plant-based decks, or Sylvans, because you can banish their Lonefire Blossom, and then that way they're not going to have a way to keep spamming the field with more plants. This card is amazing against Dark Worlds, because if you can bring it out and banish their Graphas that are just sitting in the grave, they're just going to be totally crippled by that play. Same thing goes for Fire Kings. If you can manage to get Rhapsody in Berserk out and banish Garunix before it gets a chance to special summon itself on the next standby phase, it's going to totally kill their day because it's not going to come back and nuke your field. Hell, why not use this card against Inzectors? Because you can banish their Inzector Hornet, their Inzector Dragonfly. I mean, with the 2 key cards of their deck gone, it's going to be pretty hard for them to come back. But let's go back to the first effect. You're going to be using Rhapsody in Berserk mainly to banish your opponent's monsters. And with only 1200 defense points, it's pretty likely he's going to get killed rather easily. But with a card like Soul Charge, you can Soul Charge back Rhapsody in Berserk and 2 other level 4s. You can exceed the 2 level 4s, and then you can attach Rhapsody in Berserk to that monster. So for example, you could go into a card like Heartland Drago, equip Rhapsody in Berserk to that card, and then you'll be able to attack your opponent directly for 3200 damage twice. That's insane. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Rhapsody in Berserk. I think it's a pretty amazing card. For the ability to have a pseudo DD Crow in any level 4 base deck, that's pretty good, and it's going to be a pretty good contender for some space in your extra deck. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and see you next time.